29 years ago, things were quiet and peaceful out in what Vermonters call the Upper Valley north of White River Junction, Vermont. That was 29 years ago. Then Armon Gothier moved in. Well, Armand is still here today, and things are still quiet and peaceful, except when Armand decides to cut up. Armand calls himself the chainsaw artist. He had used a chainsaw for years, but it was only 4 years ago that he discovered he could cut more than firewood.
Well, it's just one of these things that it's really unexplainable. Here you are on the latter part of your ears, and all of a sudden, pow! There you are. You never knew you had it. It's just one of those things. I'm making little mushrooms. I made hundreds of these. I go to the fairs and make 100 of those. Even at the fairs, I make all the time. People don't believe me that they make it with a chainsaw, but I make them all with a chainsaw.
So you know where you're headed when you start with the saw?
Oh, definitely. You got to know what you're making, or else you'd end up with nothing but a bunch of sawdust. Now, you see, she's right side up now. So all I got to do is just a little finishing touch, and a little touch here, a little touch there, and well, you got yourself a deal here.
Why do you like doing this?
Oh, I think it's a ball. I think it's fun.
Well, all
fun.
All of it. The mushrooms,
oh,
the
everything.
smiling faces.
That's right. It's just a blast.
But you make these statues that are 6 feet, 10 feet tall.
Oh, yeah.
How long does it take to make one of those?
Well, those big ones I make at the fair, and I make one of those big ones at the fair at one day.
When you're making one of those big ones, do you know where you're headed?
Well, of course you got to know where you're headed. Otherwise, how are you going to start cutting, and you start cutting away, and first thing you find out that you cut his nose off. How's that going to work? That ain't going to work. You cut his ears off. How would you like to have one ear cut and one ear on? That's no good. You got to know exactly what they look like before you start, or else you got nothing.
Once you meet him and see what he does, then you believe him, and you know he's got it.
It's either you got it or you don't. And could you be president of the United States? No, you couldn't. I couldn't. Either you got it or either you don't.
And you got it?
And I got it.